All right. This is weird. This is our first guest appearance on a show. This
Yeah.
is weird. Episode 3, and we're already really moving in
He's
there.
down there though.
I know, and it's cool because it's kind of got us up top, but he's got his own little spot down there, so he's kind of spotlights on him.
Right.
I like that. I like that a lot. So for those that have not listened to the first two, I'm Dylan. My co-host over there is Aaron in the top. And we're going to let our guest introduce himself today. You want to do that for us?
I'm Craig. Hi, guys.
Craig's a good friend of Aaron's, right?
Yeah. We worked together a couple last year, and then we just kind of got really close, and then I introduced Dylan to Craig.
Yes.
It's weird. I'm like pointing to the different screen. Dylan to Craig down there, introduced them to each other, and then just kind of hung out and did some stuff together. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And Craig, you were talking briefly before we started that you were on another podcast before, so you're not new to this.
No, I'm really not. It wasn't a lot, and they're pretty old by now. But no, I was on a sports podcast for the Colts, for the Indianapolis Colts.
How was that? Like, did you have a lot of fun?
It was fun. It was a startup too. Whenever we were doing that, so it was new to everybody there as well. But it was choppy, but learned a lot before I was done over there. Right. So had some fun with it. Talk about something that I love once, twice a week. I can't beat that.
Of course. And I think I remember I did a little bit of research because I saw you post something on one of your socials a while back. That was a Colts player you ran into, wasn't it?
Yeah. I actually ran into Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah.
Which was complete BS because I've been waiting and waiting to hear something on social media about Adam Vinatieri coming to Rural King. And another problem that I have, why is Adam Vinatieri coming to Greensburg Rural King? Did he say?
So yeah, I talked to him. I thought I already told you, but
I don't remember.
So he lives in Indy.
Right.
I think it's north side, somewhere, one of the nice spots in Indy. Mm-hmm. And he has a hunting cabin and property down in Switzerland County.
Oh, okay.
So when he drives through, our Rural King is the spot to stop. So apparently it's a very common thing for him to stop in. I mean, I was in there to grab some stuff, and I was walking out, and it was just like, I think that was Adam Vinatieri down that aisle. I was like, do I let him just stay there and do his shopping and leave him be and go check out, or do I go back? And I was like, man, I really don't know. And I was like, I can't pass it up. I can't pass it up.
No.
I'm a huge Colts fan. Absolutely huge Colts fan.
Right.
Live, breathe, die Colts. And you're talking about like the greatest kicker of all time, who's 47, 48 or something when the season starts, something like that.
Something ridiculous.
And he's standing right there in my Rural King. So I went over, talked to him for a little bit. He had a Barstool hoodie on, which is Pat. So if anybody knows Barstool Sports,
I think I've seen their socials.
I love Barstool.
They're real big. He had a Barstool Sports hoodie on, which I thought was pretty cool because I used to listen to Pat McAfee, his teammate, and when he was with Barstool, and talked to him a little bit. He's still rehabbing his knee from surgery. He told me he wants to play another year or two. Doesn't look like it's going to be with the Colts, which makes me sad. So, I mean, I know he wants to play. So for him, I want him to be able to get picked up. But for me, I
wouldn't be mad if he came back to Indy. Yeah, no,
but we've got two kickers right now already, two young guys.
Right.
So I don't know, but it was really cool. We're running into him, and I guess it's a common thing, which blows my mind. So
yeah, it's just wild.
And like you mentioned, you were like, do I leave him alone? Do I go talk to him? I've always thought that. I'm not a sports guy. I know I thought the Lakers and the Colts were in the same sport.
Oh wow. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Hold on. Dylan calls me one night. Okay, Football season's going on. I got him. I didn't get him interested, but I was trying to being like, oh, the Colts are playing tonight. You want to watch them? Blah blah blah. So then he calls me one time. I don't know where the hell I was. I don't remember. And Dylan just goes, "Hey, are the Colts and the Lakers in the same division?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "No, they're not." And he was like, "Oh, well, what? Who do the Lakers play tonight?" And I was like, "I don't know, Dylan. Probably somebody in the NBA. Probably somebody in basketball, not football." I was like, "It's a totally different sport." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know." I was like, "I can tell."
Yeah, I
Okay.
feel.
Okay. So if it came down to that, okay, can you imagine like LeBron James trying to rush the passer?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
no,
okay,
no, I
so
can't.
you could probably have a pretty good secondary. Not sure what these guys' top line speed is. They've got a
Right.
much smaller area to play on. They probably can you imagine half of those lanky guys trying to rush against 300-pound line? That's funny.
I kind of wanna see it now. Like,
Yeah, I'm
I know.
kind of curious.
I'll call LeBron
I'm
James later.
curious. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
curious. Yeah, we'll get him
Well,
on the show.
Hey, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but Kevin Durant was in a gym against I don't know who he was up against, but he was trying to I don't know if it was an ex-football player or not, but the guy was playing offensive line, and KD was trying to rush for the quarterback or whatever. And I mean, you could just go like this and push him off. But I mean, if you guys seen KD, he's a stick. He's tiny.
Yeah.
There's nothing to him.
Right.
I feel that. No, but like you did mention though, with the not knowing what to do, I've always wondered that myself. So I follow a lot of like YouTube channels. I've been like a YouTube kid since like 2007, and there's these people that are like big on YouTube stars that I've always wondered they're more common to see out in public because they don't have as much of a paparazzi following around like LeBron James or like Peyton Manning would or anything like that. And I always think to myself, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna be too starstruck to even move? Or like, and I think the way you described how you did it was like a realistic interpretation of what would happen. So
Yeah.
I think that's
The only time I think I've ever met a celebrity in person, I was down in Florida with my brother and my dad, my whole family, but we were walking around, my brother and dad were, and Dennis Rodman was in a bar down in Miami, I think, either Miami or Fort Lauderdale. I can't remember exactly where we were, but like they're not right next to each other, but like Fort Lauderdale's here on a map and Miami's at the bottom. So we were just kind of driving around and ended up at this bar. I wasn't old enough to go in. My brother and my dad were. So they walked into the bar. Well, Dennis Rodman was walking out of the bar. So they had passed him. I stopped him. It was like, because I knew what he looked like. I've seen his basketball cards. I've watched him play, whatever. Number 50 on the Spurs. You can't forget him. He's a monster. So he was like 6'8" or something. He was a huge guy. He was a monster. So, I mean, people are walking around around him or whatever. I'm probably 11 or 12 years old. So I was like, hey, like, stop. I was like, my brother and my dad are in there trying to, like, meet you, and you came out here. I was like, can you just, like, wait for, like, 2 seconds? I was like, I just give him a call, tell him you're outside instead of inside. And because the word on the street was Dennis Rodman was there. Like, it was a big, big deal, obviously. And so they come running outside, and they got to meet him. It was cool, like, but I've never – like, at the time, I was probably – well, my brother was 21, 22, so I was 11 or 12. So I didn't really I wasn't like, oh my God, like that's Dennis Rodman. Like I wasn't, he was a 80s and 90s basketball player. I didn't know much about him. I was born in 96. So it's a big difference. But like I've seen Jeff Saturday in a hotel. I've seen, I don't remember. But I mean, I've been to like sports games and been like close to him. Like I was close to Reggie Miller one time, Ron Artest, like those kinds of people. Like they were cool, But it wasn't. I've never ran into somebody like Craig had and been like, hey, there's that Vinatieri. I touched him. Like never done that before. No, I've never been that lucky. I would love to. I would love to meet and greet some of the people that obviously my favorite player is Aaron Rodgers. I'd love to just sit down and talk with him or Peyton Manning or any of these people. But it'd be cool.
I tried to get JJ Watt to hop in on our Zoom call for the podcast.
On this one?
Yeah. He was on Twitter the other day saying, hey, I'm just hopping on Zoom calls today. What's up?
Oh my God.
Recording in a couple days. If you want to hop on and just like 2 seconds, hop on, say, hey, whatever. I didn't get anything back.
I would pee my
Darn it.
pants. You understand me?
Dude,
I'm not a
Craig,
huge Texan fan, but I love JJ
if that
Watt.
would have
I would pee
happened,
my
you would have had to
fucking
like
pants.
text me and we would have surprised Aaron. It would have been like
Oh,
just boop.
Yeah. Oh, that'd been so cool. JJ Watt's cool. He's very home. He does a lot during all of this going on. I've seen he's done a lot with like meals and stuff down that way. So he's done a lot during all this COVID crap.
Speaking of that, Craig, what have you been up to during all this time? Like, I haven't talked to you a lot since everything kind of shut down.
I've really gotten into woodworking.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. Projects around the house that I've been, not been able to get to.
It's a mood.
Mainly, I mean, a lot of it's spending time with my son and daughter. My daughter is 7 months old now. My son is 3. So, and I work,
which isn't right. They're not. They shouldn't be that old, but
I work nights, so I'm not around a lot. If anybody works nights, they know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Have weird schedules, and especially where I work, the schedule is just extremely, I don't know, odd. Some second shifts are 3 to 11 or 2 to 10 or something like that. But mine's 4:30 to 1, and I work late and I'm in there early. Mm-hmm. So by the time I do that, get 6 hours of sleep, I'm getting up, turning around, heading back into work.
Yeah, it's like it's nonstop wheel.
And this is week 6 of just being able to. There's days I don't do anything. I just stay outside and play with my boy or do whatever. My wife's been doing all the grocery shopping, so I get to stay home with the kids, and I love that. So
I bet
that's been my two main things. Getting a few things touched up on the house and all that. Mm-hmm. And then projects that I've been pushing off, and projects that my wife's been wanting made. Really, really found a love for woodworking since I started it.
So like, what all have you done? Like with the woodworking, like what all have you made?
So right now I've got a bench going together. It's simple stuff right now because I don't have a lot of tools that would lean towards bigger projects or more in-depth projects. But I made some garden boxes.
Sorry, my dogs are barking.
Building a square. I'm surprised you ain't heard my kids running around yet.
No, I haven't heard a thing, but I don't know if you can hear them outside or not.
But I built some garden boxes, and that's easy. It's just a rectangle. But got a bench, and then I've got, which I'm starting today. I've got a sofa table. Okay. To go back behind our sofa, and then building a thing in the laundry room. And I'm actually looking into building some custom shelving in our closets. So that's going to be fun. But I'm going to have to drop some money on some tools before I do that.
I'm going to have to take your word on that. That's going to be fun. I know at like the home improvement level, my dad's been doing some stuff. But Aaron, you just did a big project.
Yeah. Shelby and I just finished up painting our entire house. We just finished what is today? Monday. So we finished Friday, Saturday morning. I finished at 8:00 Saturday morning. So yeah, I don't have a huge house, but I have I have 10-foot ceilings in all my rooms. So it's a pain in the ass. It's not easy, and there's trim everywhere. The trim is probably, 4 inches wide. So I mean, it's 3 or 4 inches wide. So I mean, you got to cover that. Each wall took about 2 coats of paint, and then all the trim took 3 or 4. So it was hard because all the trim was like dark wood, dark. I don't know, you can't really see it in here, but it was really dark wood, kind of the same color as that, if you can tell. And then all my walls are now gray, which they were white before, so that wasn't as bad. But when you put gray on and you can still see the white come through, that's a problem. So so we had to do a couple coats of that, which wasn't bad. But now the house is totally done. I've got a new light for the dining room to put up today and the hallway. Wired up a light for the bathroom. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, and we're painting. I have a boiler system throughout my house, so I don't have like central air. I don't have heat, like a ventilation system. I just have like what's called radiators, and they're boilers. An annoying system, but it's actually really efficient for the house. So all the covers are being taken off. Which one's right here on the floor here, and they're all getting painted white to match the living room, and all the rooms that we took them out of. So that's a really big project. I'm not sure when we're going to tackle that one, but that one's going to take a little bit. So, but yeah, it was. We started last Saturday. Like I don't know what was. Let's see. So the 20-something, 24th or whatever, and then So I started then. We went and got the paint and stuff, and we took a couple. We kind of took it slow at the beginning, and then we had a surprise birthday shindig for Shelby on Saturday. So I was up till 8:00 in the morning, cleaning the house, picking up paint, finishing the walls, doing all the stuff because I knew that was coming. And she had fallen asleep because I basically made her go to sleep because I needed to get everything done. And her mom was coming at 1:00, and I didn't have enough time. So, but no, it looks amazing. They've gotten all new curtains up, took all the blinds down, put all new curtains up. Navy blue accents everywhere. My front door is navy blue. My shutters on the front of my house are navy blue in a little corner cabinet. But it looks great. It looks totally different. And we have Craig and possibly Dylan. I'm going to recruit you as well. We are tearing up carpet in this house. There are I knew he ducked as soon as I was going to say it. He's going to be like, nah, I'm out. But no, that's the easy part.
Like, no question, would not have helped you paint. Yeah. Our old house before we moved in here,
right?
Had to paint that. Morgan did a lot of it, while I was gone at work and stuff. But no, I absolutely hate painting. Like, you know how the size of our house now.
Right. No, you couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me enough to do one room in your house now.
No, at this rate, like I am going to. I will either invest deeply into plastic and tape and get one of the gravity-fed paint guns and come in here and just spray everything.
Yeah.
Or I'm paying somebody else.
Should have done.
Like I am not. No.
Well, your walls behind you, Craig, are gray, right?
Yeah, everything in here. So, everything in the house was sort of painted a neutral gray. There was only one coat because the guy who did our house thought, somebody's coming in and paint. Well, we like the gray.
Right.
But
so my house basically looks like My house basically looks like what's behind him. He has the gray walls and then the white trim and white doors. That's what my house looks like now. Before it was all white walls, white doors, and brown trim. So it was a huge, huge difference. And I've lived here for 3 years, so that was a big difference to do all of that. But it looks really good. So.
And I gotta say, I got a side tangent. I'm the king of side tangents.
Yes, he is.
I'm very jealous because I'm now realizing I just shaved everything off. It's starting to grow back, but I'm sitting here. I got two bearded men here, and I'm gone.
There's no beard here. There is peach fuzz. That's basically what that is. There is a beard down there though. That guy shaved his face 3 weeks ago, and now it's already back. It's ridiculous.
Mine's coming back. I only shaved it. I was like, you know what? Let's go. I haven't shaved it off in a long time, so I was like, no beard.
I told Shelby I was going to shave mine off. I just wanted it to grow back, but then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let this do whatever, and I'm going to grow my hair out because I want to.
I regret it. I regret shaving it because I feel like a child.
You sent me a Snapchat. You look like a baby, and I was like, oh no, Dylan, quarantine's getting to people. It's terrible.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to lose 4 years off my age.
All right. God, this chair.
I lose a lot. I lose a lot.
Dude, I didn't recognize him. I walked into his house. I'll never forget. I've never seen Craig clean shaven. I've known him for a year. I haven't either. I've seen pictures way back, but I've never seen it in person.
Mm-hmm.
We walked into his house, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" I was like, "Who are you?" But I've never seen Craig's chin before. I had no idea what it looked like. It's just crazy. But I know, when my dad grows out. He gets a little goatee kind of looking thing. He'll get a mustache and he'll get a little goatee. and he looks like a totally different person. So I can only imagine whenever he would shave his face, what other people like see of him. But when you get used to it, like my dad never, whenever I was growing up for 20 years, he had never grown out a beard. And then he did all of a sudden, just out of random, because I kind of told him to. But I just wanted to know what he could do. Dude, my dad could grow a beard overnight. His hair grows so fast on his face, it's not even funny.
I'm going to challenge your dad to a beard off.
Go ahead. He'll have a beard down to his kneecaps before you'll ever have one to your neck. But anyway, he grew a little goatee, and I was like, I didn't even recognize him. He didn't look like my dad because my dad's been clean shaven. I mean, he works for the government, but he had to be clean shaven for years. And so he just grew it out one time, took a couple weeks off, grew it out. I think he looked pretty good with it, but he won't do it again. He refuses.
You know,
what was it? I don't like not having mine, like, at all. Like, so the reason I shaved is I got frustrated with mine. I fell asleep on my stomach one night, and my beard was, like, sitting sideways. Like, I kid you not, it was sitting straight sideways. I could not get it out. And I'd already been frustrated and been thinking about shaving it off just because I trimmed it up and tried to shape it so many different ways. It wasn't growing even, and it just looked off to me, and I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Because previously I'd had it like down to, starting to get like into my mid chest,
right,
just a little bit short. And then I trimmed it up and was trying different things out, and didn't really enjoy that a whole lot. And so I just decided to shave. Went in, like you said, Aaron, like at work, nobody recognized me.
No. I'll never forget when our buddy Gail shaved his. I'll never forget that.
Oh,
my
man,
entire life. Oh my God!
I don't want to picture
and I was like, "Wait, we have a new worker today? Nobody told me about it." It looked totally. I didn't recognize him, and that's no joke. I literally walked in, and he turned around, said something to me, and I was like, "Who are you? I don't recognize you." And then he started talking, and then I recognized him, but off the side profile and looking at him straight in the face, couldn't tell you who it was.
Craig, I need your opinion.
Yes.
So,
the opinion is no.
Are you familiar with the app TikTok?
I am now.
Is Craig familiar? This kid sends me stuff at 3:00 in the morning. Yes, he's familiar with TikTok.
I was bored one night. Okay,
it's great. I'll spend hours.
I am so tired of like Netflix and Hulu, and I got my podcast that I still listen to. About what little football stuff's going on. I've listened to all my other stuff that I normally listen to and caught up, and they're not putting out any new content because it's more, storytelling. So they're still writing new stuff from when they last put it out. So
so now he's watching Charlie D'Amelio get 50 million followers and dance on TikTok. It's great.
She never shows up on my For You page, like at all.
Oh, she doesn't show up in mine. I blocked it. I have it so I can't see her because I think it's weird that she's 15 and she's dancing on TikTok. I think it's weird. So I got rid of it. Dude, it's creepy. It's very creepy. TikTok has turned into perviness, and I don't like it.
So the reason I downloaded it was because I kept getting, like, on my Facebook, I kept getting pages with TikTok cringe compilations. Mm-hmm. Like, just the worst ones.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, there was some funny stuff. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to download it, just see what's on there. And after being on it and finding some stuff, like I finally like my page is finally like some actually funny stuff. Mm-hmm. I really like all the OSHA violation videos. Yes. Those are probably some of my favorite, especially when it involves the heavy machinery. I wish I had recording from when I was doing construction work because I've got some fun ones. I've almost flipped heavy machinery before. Like I've had some trips around, but
we're gonna have to get you in because I haven't told Aaron this yet. I want to make a TikTok. I just want to do it.
So my bio on my TikTok is I'm just on here to watch videos, get as many followers without
for the
posting.
Page or for just you.
Wait, what?
For me, like I made an account so I could like stuff so I could save it and see it. And my bio, I put that I am here to watch videos and get as many followers without ever posting a video.
Exactly. I did the same. I didn't make the. Let me check real quick.
Hold on, I want to check. I want to see how many I got.
I didn't make a bio. I just have an account. So I
have
had
59. I have 59, but I have 2 videos. I'll take them down. Here, I'll take them off. I'm gonna take my videos off.
I have 12.
Delete.
No videos. So.
Yeah, I'm slacking. I got 3.
But how many do you follow? That's the question. How many people do you follow?
I follow 145 people.
Craig?
I got 63.
I follow 691.
Whoa.
So, but I've had TikTok for a while.
Dude, I've had it since it was Musical.ly.
Yeah. The app changed names. That was terrifying.
Yeah, it's the same app because I already had. So when I downloaded TikTok, it was like log in. And I was like, what? I tried to log in, and I already had an account. I was like, what? And it was like a picture. My profile picture was like a picture of me, but like way back, like my middle school days. And I was like, what? And then I come to find out that app used to be Musical.ly, which was this whole lip syncing video.
Yeah.
Kind of
those popped up on my page all the time too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which I wish it kind of went back to that, to be real honest. Like a lot of people are like Craig said, he's finding like fail compilations. I follow a lot of like the satisfying videos, I really like the crushing videos and those kind. I think they're cool. I think they're awesome. I watch them. I sit there and watch that shit for hours. But it's turned into a lot of like, and I know this is really like strange, but it's turned into a lot of like 16-year-old girls, 17-year-old girls just dancing provocatively. Like it's not good. And
it's a bunch of dancing, yeah.
But that's what Vine turned into. And Vine kind of turned into this like dirty website that all of a sudden had to shut down. And nobody really understood why it shut down because the guy was making stupid money. But it's
talking about Vine, like Vine was great.
Vine is the OG.
That actually make Vines for Vines. Like Vine was so much better than TikTok. Like,
yeah, and you didn't have 15-second videos and 60-second videos. You had one shot to make an 8-second video, and that was it. You had one shot.
I do like this. I really like the cooking tutorials and stuff. I like the secrets that everybody shares. I haven't tried them yet, but I found Oreo cheesecake cookies that I want to make.
Oh my God, that's so good.
And it's like,
well, you know what we're doing tomorrow, Craig? You better make those.
But like, there's different casseroles and stuff, like stuff you don't really find on the internet as much. Like just searching that doesn't come up, because if you just search it on Google, I've done so much in quarantine because we've been making so many, everything, all the meals are at home.
Right.
So I've made quite a bit of stuff off the stuff I found there.
So I have big story time. So a couple of the people that listen to the podcast are from my stream, so they're the more gamer side of things. So they might know this. I don't know if you two know. Do you know the game Undertale?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay. So it came out. I can't remember what year it came out, but it was like this. It got real big and like this cult classic thing. And it's like it's an RPG where you don't have to kill anybody. You can beat the game by sparing everything. And there's a item in the game called the butterscotch cinnamon pie, and it's a one-use item. It'll heal all your HP in a battle. So there is this YouTube channel. I apologize if I say this person's name wrong, but I think it's Rosanna Pacino. She goes by Ro, and she has this show called Nerdy Nummies, where she goes from different like TV shows, video games, all the nerd kind of stuff, and makes stuff from those, and like gives the recipe in a tutorial. So I just sent you a picture, Craig. I don't know if you can check it right now or not, but I sent you a picture. Me and my cousin decided to try to make that butterscotch cinnamon pie. It took us.
Oh, that's what you made. That's why I was like, wait a minute, what is that? Because you've talked about that before, and it sounded really familiar, and I couldn't remember what it was. I was a little tipsy whenever you were talking to me.
It was delicious.
That's what it was.
It took 8 hours to make, and I'm not a baker. This is my first time ever like baking something.
Craig's like, holy shit.
But this video, like everything was from scratch. Like we made the actual pie crust by ourselves, the filling, everything like that. And the recipe called for vanilla beans instead of like vanilla extract. Obviously, I don't really know a lot about the cooking world. I mean, I know how to cook like a dinner, but not like the bakery side of things. And so I went to the store to get some of these ingredients to make this pie. Vanilla beans. They're like these. They're kind of like they look like a green bean pod, and 2 of them. So they come in packages of 2. Is $20, and the recipe called for half of one. I never in my life thought buying just straight vanilla like that would cost so much money.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So you paid $5 for half of a vanilla bean.
Yep.
Yeah, it's normally like, you know, your recipes call for vanilla extract because of that, because of the price. People don't want to use the vanilla bean, but you get, you know, better flavor, and it's not, you know, so artificial.
That was good. Like the crust was phenomenal.
Is there any left?
No, it's gone. I'm sorry. We ate it so fast. Like it was.
I literally told Dylan, I was like, "Please, God, save me a piece." And then he was like, "Oh, I'll see if there's any left."
There was like 5 of us.
Morgan found a chocolate chip cookie recipe, and that they're gooey in the middle. So they stay gooey in the middle. Even
really?
Yes, as long as they are baked right and you do not overbake them, they stay gooey in the center after they've sat for a day. They're delicious.
No, all this talking about food, you guys got me going. Like
my mouth is dripping.
Oh, I made you said 8 hours. Did you know it was going to be 8 hours to make that pie going into it?
Yes.
Okay. See, I made the mistake the other day. I wanted to make some cookies, and we had gotten a ready-to-make cookie jar from my Morgan's grandma.
Okay.
And there was a lot of brown sugar in it. So it was like a brown sugar-based chocolate chip walnut cookie.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I want to make some brown sugar cookies because those are really good. And so I found a brown sugar cookie recipe, and it was like a chewy brown sugar cookie. And I was really excited to eat them that night. And I got down through the recipe, had everything mixed together, ready to go. And I'm like, okay, next step, chill for 2 hours.
Yep.
Mandatory.
Oh.
Like, for these to come out, this dough has to be rested and chilled. I'm like, really? And that said up to 3 days. So I just threw that in the fridge and made another batch of cookie doughs, ate those that night, ate the brown sugar cookies the next night.
That's a lot. The cooling is really what does it. Because when we were making that pie, so after we baked the crust, so the 5 hours of cooling total. The rest of it was just us not knowing really a lot about cooking and having to do it all and learn as we go. But after the crust was formed and put into a pan, had to chill in the fridge for 2 hours. Before you could even, and you can't work on the filling while it's cooling because the filling that we made sets very, very quickly. Like it's a lot of, you got to do it all in one kind of consistent movement or it's going to just be goo. So after that was done, the filling, then the recipe, I mean, you could probably give or take here, but I just wanted to do what they said on the video. That way I didn't mess it up. After the filling went inside, they said it's best to let sit for 1 hour at room temperature and then 2 hours in the fridge afterwards. So that's 5 hours just cooling on the thing.
Man.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Forget that.
So,
it was so good.
Dylan, you might know him from YouTube. But you guys ever watch Rhett and Link?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
So do you follow what they put out now?
So like which one? Because they just started doing vlogs on their main channel, but they still do some of their Good Mythical Mornings that they have pre-recorded.
It's clips off their Good Mythical Morning, but they've got the chef guy who always makes the
Josh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's got a TikTok, and I followed him because he makes some crazy stuff. He made like 50-some layered French toast the other day.
Mm-hmm. Dude, he did these like freezing cold Cheetos.
Yeah, he makes some really cool stuff, but every once in a while they dabble into what you were talking about, where you go through video games and make the food. Mm-hmm. And they made the cake from Fallout.
Oh,
it's made out of like the disgusting cake from Fallout. I don't remember exactly what it's called. They made that, and that just reminded me when you were talking about the video games and stuff, because that's one of the most disgusting things.
I know how to make Nuka-Cola.
That is so.
I want a soda stream.
It's really good.
Like I was watching those videos, and like it's like, you know, because everything's so magical and everything when it comes to video games and stuff, and like the food is so much extra than normal. And I'm just sitting there like, man, I wish I had the resources to just make all this all the time. But,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to be immobilized
I would
because
love to hire a personal chef. That'd be great on a regular basis.
Aaron, you do need to look into that.
basically do. You make me cook so much food for you.
He's not wrong.
You're right. We went over there the other night, and I was like, Craig, I'm hungry.
I volunteer.
I was like,
I like making food for people. If I could do one thing in life, it would probably, you know, owning a restaurant. That would probably be my biggest thing because I just love making food.
Right.
I will say,
Craig makes food all the time.
I know, Craig, you didn't like make it from scratch, but when I was over there one day and you had this oven ready breakfast pizza, still the best thing I've eaten like in my life. That breakfast pizza was so good.
Oh my god!
If you think that was good, okay.
So
When I worked I used to work at a pizza bowl. So I started there in high school, and I kept it as a second job, like all the way through being until I was like 22 or something like that.
Okay.
So Christmas, we would have a Christmas party every year around Christmas. We'd all come in the morning before shift started, and we would make up biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, eggs, and then we would make 2 extra large breakfast pizzas. And like the homemade dough, homemade sauces there, everything, really fresh ingredients. And if you think that breakfast pizza from Walmart was good, this is like
It's good.
so much.
shout out to Walmart, sponsor the show, please.
Sponsor us.
But yeah, no free ads.
Yeah, right.
I'm waiting for that G Fuel sponsorship. It's gonna happen.
But no, breakfast pizza. Breakfast pizza is very underrated. So good.
It is. That was Walmart. I mean, I'm not digging Walmart. Don't trust me. I'm not digging Walmart.
Great.
It was good. I like, and I've gotten stuff from Walmart before, but their pizza selection, I don't know what it is, but their pizzas right there, like as soon as you walk in the door to your left, those are the best pizzas I've ever had. When you cook them correctly, they're amazing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're doing or what they got in the back or what they put crack in it. I don't know, but it's delicious. They got really good pizzas. But see, I'm the weirdo that puts. But Craig can't say anything because he has a weird food combination that I think is absolutely disgusting. But I dip my pizza in applesauce. Okay, for anyone that's listening, please try it. Okay, did I make you try it, Dylan?
Yeah, it was decent. I mean, I don't think I'd eat it every time.
I made Gabe try it. I made Kurt try it. Kurt doesn't have a sense of taste. My dad, my sister, my mom, everybody's tried it. Everybody. I am 5 for 5, okay? I've had everybody try it, and everybody has either liked it. No one has told me that it's been like, it's gross. Go ahead, Craig. Tell them your disgusting combination.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
What are we talking about here? Because
I think it's your Oreos.
Because let me go through the catalog.
Bologna. Is it bologna, Oreos, and ketchup?
Yeah, so you make a bologna sandwich. Has to be on white bread.
Okay.
You have to put ketchup on full slices of bread.
Okay, I'm with you.
2 pieces of bologna in between, and you eat half an Oreo with every bite of the sandwich.
Oh my god! Oh.
You know, I'm with you up until the Oreos.
So gross. Yeah, thank you. I bologna and ketchup is perfectly fine, but then taking half a bite of Oreos, no.
Now here's the big question. You're taking half a bite of Oreo, dunked or no dunk?
No dunk. But you eat it. You eat this combination with a glass of milk. You do not dunk it, because what you're doing is you're hitting multiple different points. You add the Oreo dry. It adds crunch to the sandwich.
Okay.
Got salt in the ketchup and the bologna. You've got sweet in the Oreo. So you're sort of mixing flavors, and yes, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Do I put ketchup on my Oreos? No. Like, well, that's not a thing.
Mustard is the way to go on that one.
So talking about salty,
savory and sweet. It's
right,
done everywhere in the culinary world, but it's just one of those odd combinations. Now, in my defense, I did not come up with this. It was introduced to me by my dad.
Okay. So it's in the family.
This was not my.
It's a hereditary thing.
This was not my invention. I was not on anything when I tried this. It wasn't like that. My dad introduced it to me, and I've liked it ever since. But I like a lot of.
In my defense, the only thing I can say is exactly what Craig just said. Pizza to me can be salty. Okay, the sauce is a little salty, pepperoni's a little spicy, sausage can be spicy, ham, whatever, bacon salty, whatever. You can put whatever you want on it. Applesauce, sweetened applesauce, not unsweetened because we're not spawns of Satan over here. Sweetened applesauce and pizza is a salty sweet combination. Okay.
Yeah,
and he's right whenever he says
totally
that bologna and Oreos, huh?
I totally get like the sense of savory and sweet. You combine it. My problem with it is the apple side of it. Like that's where it doesn't compute. Now, if you gave me a supreme,
have you ever had apple salsa?
Applesauce? If you gave me some pineapple sauce, cool. But I love pineapple on my pizza. Different story, unrelated.
Yeah.
But
have you ever had? Let me ask you. Have you ever had apple salsa?
No, I've had pineapple salsa.
You need to go to Rural King. They have a honey crisp apple salsa. It is the best. I'll bring it. I'll go buy some, bring it to the house tomorrow. I have never had anything taste so good in my life. It's sweet, but it has a bite to it. It has a kick to it. So it's not salty, but like I put it on, I'll get rice. I just plain white rice and then put salsa on it, put that salsa on it and put cheese on it. It's the best thing I've ever had in my life. But it's easy. It's good. Apple salsa, delicious.
I'm gonna have to
put ranch on your pizza.
Did you say ranch?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't like ranch though. Like ranch isn't a me thing.
Yeah, Dylan doesn't like ranch.
I used to take like the when I was a kid, I would take the Totino's square pizza and bake one of those up. You take a bottle of ranch, you spray it on, you roll it up, and you just.
God dang!
I gotta out myself here a little bit though. You guys are both talking about your unconventional ways of eating pizza or eating bologna and Oreos. I don't have a lot of like weird eating combinations, but I don't know. Maybe this is normal. I do have some weird habits. So I don't know if this is just the way I grew up, what it be, but what it do, nephew. So
what it do now?
I will occasionally, if times are tough, you have some SpaghettiOs in the cabinet, you just crack it open, you eat it straight out of the can. You don't heat it up. Does anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was weird. I do that all the time.
No. Ravioli's the same way.
Yeah, just straight out of the can.
I love ravioli.
Guy over SpaghettiOs, but yeah,
well, you see, my favorite, ravioli's cool and all, but I love the SpaghettiOs with the hot dog bits.
Man, I haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah, they got the little pieces of hot dog in them. Also, speaking of hot dogs,
I tell you, really like, and I think we got them. I think we got them when Dylan and I went to Kentucky last year. Vienna sausages.
Oh, I'll chew Vienna sausages up. They have a barbecue one where
they have it's like hickory smoked. Oh my god, they're so good. Have you ever had Vienna sausages?
I haven't tried one of those in a very long time. Last time I did not like them. More of a pickled bologna type of guy.
Okay, I can respect that.
Also, you mentioned
Vienna
Kentucky.
sausages are just like, oh yeah, go ahead.
Just so you know, we are getting around that time where Liberty Dew will be returning the shelves.
Yeah. Craig has a whole, 20 cases in his garage.
Of the Liberty Dew?
I have one.
I've got 8.
You have what? 8. More than the average human. I have one.
When I was a freshman in college, before the 2 dropouts, they at Walmart, I haven't seen it since, but I bought 6 or 7 12-packs and drank them all myself within the first 3 or 4 months. They were selling Baja Blast by the 12-pack.
Oh, yeah. Baja Blast is amazing. Well, I was going to say.
Right.
Baja Blast. No free
ads. They have
ads.
Baja Blast Zero.
Yeah.
I think that's what's crazy. And they have Code Red Zero, I think, now. Or Diet Code Red, one of the two.
Voltage is one of my favorites.
Code Red Zero, too. Mountain Dew, please sponsor us.
You know, if
Yeah,
Mountain Dew
God,
wants
I'll
to
drink every
sponsor,
day.
I'm fighting for that G Fuel sponsorship. I've got a couple people. So, Craig, do you know what G Fuel is?
Can you imagine how cool my truck would look in this paint job? Like,
You could do it. Just,
look at that swirl. Look at that swirl.
Yeah.
that'd be pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
Pinstripes down the side.
I'll wear a giant
Or
like shirt.
one. I'll go get an old 50s truck in her store. We can do pinstripes down it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I'll go get a Jeep, paint it red, red stripes, code red. Anyway, go ahead, Dylan.
I was going to ask Craig because we were talking about sponsorships, and I'm genuinely trying to do this. Do you know what G Fuel is?
Is that Gatorade stuff or no?
No, it's so it's an energy supplement. Basically, it's this powder stuff that you put into water, mix it up. It's like an energy drink with no sugar. It's really good. I actually really enjoy it. I drink about one a day. And for those of the people that listen to the podcast that are from my stream already know about this plan, and Aaron knows about it too. So my stream is kind of under a mission right now. We're gaining followers, and I promised at 5,000 followers, I will apply for a G Fuel sponsorship. Because you can apply whenever, but, you know, I don't know exactly how go lucky they are with giving out sponsorships. I know a lot of people are sponsored by them, but I don't know what all their requirements are. Because I looked at the application, and really all it is you give some information, what you want sponsored, whether or not, like, I would select the podcast or my stream, and what the following is, and then like a letter of why you think.
That's pretty cool. So, I'll tell you someone who's really up for giving out sponsorships. Well, I don't even remember what they're called now.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Say it. It's some beard company. I was looking at it. It was like, you know, get a discount on our products and advertise, and you can make some money off of, you know, your specialized code. Blah blah blah. Build your following and all this. Mm-hmm. And I was curious about the discount. Like, running low. I need some new beard products. I'm growing it back in. I'm going to get it back down. You know, I got to keep it more, you know, full of moisture and nice and beardiful.
Beautiful. Oh my God, that's an actual
46 minutes in, and the puns have started.
Pulling back.
Right.
So I looked into it, and I was like, okay, this could be cool. It could be worth it. You know, whatever. It's a 20% discount.
I mean, better than no discount.
Yeah, but like the places that I like to go offer, like the places that I already use stuff offer like 15% discounts all the time, or 10 to 15. And if I haven't bought for a while, I'll have someone send in my email. And I'm like, you want me to advertise for you, and you're only going to give me 20% off? Like, hey, at least give me like 40 off my first purchase.
Be like, I want all these products for free at my door tomorrow.
yeah.
Like,
I need a drone to drop it off tomorrow.
Within an hour, it said, hey, here's your thing. You know, we said we thought it was cool, that you're good to go. And I'm like, nobody looked at this. You just want me to use your code and put the code out, and you want free advertising. Like, yes, they want free advertising, but I'm like, you could have been a little slicker with that.
And that's kind of why me and Aaron were talking about it. So, like, right now we upload the podcast to SoundCloud and YouTube. There's all kinds of different outlets out there that you can upload things to that they're not like sponsorships, but they're kind of like partnerships, you know, where it's like you've got to do like an ad read or something like that. Pretty much like all sponsorships are. And we're trying to figure out what we want to go what we want to do going forward before we kind of settle on one of those. So we've been looking into them. So, but that example that you said right there.
We definitely want to have we definitely want to have not like a bigger following. Like, I don't really care about the following. Yeah, this is fun for us. Like, this is cool because, like, obviously with all the quarantine going on, we obviously can't do this, you know, on a regular basis. But it's fun to, you know, not be able to hang out, but still chat and do whatever and be able to have people on and whatever. Like, it makes a big difference. Is he frozen? No, he's still there.
No, he's there. You froze for
me. I'm just not moving.
Craig's like,
Craig's just a stiff board. But yeah, it's been fun. Like, just anything that's going on in the world and stuff we can talk about. And like you said, I mean, I've had a lot of people contact me and say they really like it. So,
and it's great too because it gives us the opportunity. Like I know you see Craig a little bit more than I do, just because you guys are closer and all that jazz. But it's nice to be able to do this, and I mean, like you said, we're having fun, and we could have Craig on the show. It's so weird to say that on the show. We could have Craig on the show, and
yeah,
it's great. And thank you again, Craig. Thank you so much for wanting to do this. Like,
I mean, I literally have nothing going on, so
yeah. That's the thing.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Yeah. You want to do a podcast?
No,
Let me check my schedule. Yeah, I'm good. I'm free at 1 o'clock, and I'm not doing anything.
1 o'clock, sure. 4, sure. 5 in the morning,
Sure.
We'll make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I'd say I'm the one with like the most the schedule that can't be.
Back-ass word schedule. Yes.
No, my bad. I want to do it at 2 in the afternoon.
No, 2 in the afternoon is fine. 2 in the afternoon is fine. It was just funny because Dylan called me the other day and woke up at 11 o'clock in the evening. So I was like, all right, well, this is good.
Sucks because I work first shift too, so it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Get back into the swing.
It was all kinds of backwards. It was like, okay, we're gonna do it here. No, we're gonna do it a little later. Okay, that'll work. My kids will be in bed. Won't have to worry about kids. Hey, we're not gonna be able to get it done. Maybe. How about today at this time? No, we're gonna have to push it off. Okay. Hey, let's do it at 2 o'clock. Okay. Cool.
I like the 2.
Well, and I do want to apologize because last week was definitely my fault because I got really busy with doing all the painting and I just totally spaced it. I mean, we talked about it, but then it was like by the time I was ready to do it, it was too late. It was already Tuesday night, and I was like, I don't have enough time.
I'm not editing that much that quickly.
No, and I don't expect you to. I don't want to post to social media and all that stuff. I'm not doing it. But,
I would have been dead. I would have been like.
Yeah, it would not have been fun. That's why I was like, nah, don't worry about it. We'll just do it next week.
He
had so much stuff going on.
He may have been busy last week, painting and stuff. But I mean, I was busy too. I was fighting aliens on the moon. So
yeah,
the moon's haunted.
I figured Dylan was playing video games. That's why he was busy.
I know, like, I'm really the only like gamer here, and you guys are probably gonna.
Hardcore gamer, yeah.
I'm not hardcore.
Well, play more than we do.
Yeah, I haven't had Xbox Live in.
Oh, I couldn't.
3-4 years.
Nope. That hurt my soul. I'll buy you Xbox Live. Like
the past 6 weeks, I wish I would have had it.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. But what works for me is I'm working on projects and all that. I want to be done for 30 minutes. I'll hop on. Call of Duty's got a mobile game now. I'll play that. EA has Madden on it, so it's mobile, but I enjoy it for 30 minutes to kill some time.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
I'll tell you what, that COD Mobile has gotten blown out of proportion because people can connect their controllers to their phones.
People are hooking it up to their computers.
Oh yeah, I beat the shit out of people with controllers, dude. I know on my KD, I would go 33 and like 2 in a game because I'd use a controller, just smack people. So much fun.
I've been doing a lot of competitive gaming as of late. So there's this MOBA. It's called Smite. It's free to play. It's on all platforms except phone. There's like a phone game. It's called Smite Blitz, but it's not the same. So it's interesting.
Oh, it is really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not really like the main game. But what it is you are gods and goddesses or mythical beings from different pantheons. It's got Greek, Norse, Celtic, Slavic, Hindu, Chinese, Japanese. I mean, it's all. And there's 109 gods. One just recently got added, and they all have different classes. There's warriors, hunters, mages, assassins, and guardians. And it's like Overwatch in a way. It's like very team-based. You have to have like one of each, and you have to have one doing a certain role to be successful. And I'm now high enough level to play ranked play and to grow and climb the leaderboards. And I've been doing this mode called Duel, which is just 1v1 because I don't really have a lot of friends. I have friends that play it, but only a couple of my friends I play with are high enough to go into ranked because you have to hit a certain threshold. So I've been playing a lot of that. I'm doing too good. I just got in the silver, which is nice. I mean, that's not the lowest, so but
It's a fun game, to be real honest. It's pretty fun. What do I run? Guardian? Is that right?
you Ares, yeah, the God of War.
Yeah, I run. Yeah, I always forget. I pick Ares God of War. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a really cool game. I die a lot, but I don't really care. I mean,
And it's free to play. I mean, like it doesn't cost money to play, which
No.
is always nice. I mean, I think that's why I don't really like Fortnite, but I think that's why Fortnite really took off. Was because it started and it was free to play and had
and
consistent.
Apex and even the Call of Duty Warzone is free to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's a fun game. I know you don't play it as much, Dylan, and I know Craig doesn't
don't.
play it. I've always played Call of Duty. I think it's a great game. That Warzone is awesome. I don't know if you guys have played it that much or seen gameplay of it, but it is so much fun. Like I liked Blackout on Black Ops 4.
Oh, no, that I love.
I liked it. Okay, I liked it. But Warzone has a couple different game modes. They have one called Plunder, which is where you basically like drop in and you have to go find money. And I always play solo. I play where the squads don't fill. I play solo by myself. I won one game. The goal is to get to $1 million. So you run around the map and you find different things. Once you kill people, they drop money. My camera keeps focusing. It's driving me nuts. I'm not even moving. That's what's annoying. But when you kill people, they drop the money that they have or a portion of the money that they have. So let's say you have $100,000, they lose 20%. So you get $20,000 from them. When they drop back in, now you have they have $80,000 and they try to come find you. I won one night. I got top earner. I went around and killed everybody. I was not everybody, but I had knocked out the top team. I had $925,000 by the time I was done. And I was just running around like crazy. But I only play by myself. It's a squad-based game, so it's 4 people per team. A lot of people don't play on a team. I don't. I hate playing on a team because I don't talk to people. I don't like to sit on my mic and sit there and talk. Be like, they're over there northwest.
That's where me and you differ.
Right, but if I'm playing with Dylan or I'm playing with any of our other friends, yeah, I'll get on the mic and talk, obviously. But whenever I just play by myself, no, I don't like to play with other people. But that game right there, that is a lot of fun. And I think who made that? Activision?
Yeah. It's Infinity Ward.
Activision. That's what I thought. Infinity Ward.
Mm-hmm.
They did a really good thing whenever they made it free, to be real honest. I think that's something that they really – and I will say this too. Very popular opinion, they really screwed up with NW2. Just saying. The remaster, they really screwed up with it. Everybody thought everybody thought the multiplayer was coming back, and they didn't.
It might. It's rumored that they'll update it.
I'm hoping. If they do, I'll buy it, but I'm not buying it if it's just a campaign. To be real honest, I love it. I love the game. It was a lot of fun. I'll go buy a 360 and buy the game again if I want to play it. You know what I mean?
You can just play it on the one. What was that, Craig?
Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite multiplayer.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Period.
That was one of the best.
Yep.
So like you mentioned buying the Xbox 360, the Xbox One has a pretty big backwards compatibility list, and it actually is. So if you have like the 360 disc for Modern Warfare 2, you just pop it right in and it'll play on your Xbox One. So.
Yeah, but I mean, but I would love. Oh my God, I would love to go back to 360 days. Those were the days, though. Those were like the core days in high school, junior high, elementary school, whatever. That everybody, because Xbox was, I think, in my opinion, Xbox was bigger than PS3, the PS2, PS3, and then once Xbox One came around, they had obviously better graphics than PS4. But I like PS4. I prefer.
I love the Xbox. I'm an Xbox.
Yeah, Dylan, you've had PlayStation. We've played a lot of PlayStation games, but
I've always like every console.
That was PlayStation 2.
PlayStation
I put a lot of hours in on Star Wars Battlefront.
Well, let me.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Let me, Aaron. I think I already told you this, but I don't think I've told you, Craig. So I actually had a PlayStation 4. I had it because I'm a huge zombies player in the Call of Duty franchise. Like it's literally like, yeah, I don't know. It's to me, it's more than a game. It's like something that I do with friends, and I feel accomplished when I do certain tasks. Well, it came out.
But you beat every map 100%, though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, no doubt in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Activision has a deal with Sony, so their DLCs came out for Earth first on PlayStation 4, and about 2 weeks to a month later, they would release on Xbox. Now, zombie maps have these things called Easter eggs, which are the main quests that you do, and it's fun to help solve those. I mean, once it's solved, there are so many guides on YouTube, step by step, tell you how to do it. A lot of the fun is finding out, playing along with, like, while it's going on when no one knows for sure what to do. So I bought a PlayStation 4 for that reason, just to play along with them. And then once the season was over, it was around Christmas time, and I was working, and one of my coworkers was actually looking to buy a PlayStation 4, and it was right around Christmas time. So I went ahead and brought it into work because I was their supervisor. I brought it into work, and so where I was working, I had like a write-up system, and so I wrote like a fake write-up, and had given it to the person, and it was like failed to open so and so cabinet because I put it in a cabinet and they went opened it, and I gave it to him as a Christmas present. So it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
It's those things in life too, man. It's the small things like that makes it worth it.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely probably invest in the PS5 whenever it comes out, or whatever they're calling it now. That's probably what I'm going to invest in. Don't look at me like that. You know I'm a PlayStation guy. You know I'm a Sony guy. I like Microsoft, and I'll get an Xbox One in the future, but right now I'm sticking with PlayStation.
All right, Craig. Sorry, we totally just went on a console war. He's down there like, these guys, they're gonna fight over.
He has Xbox. We play.
I had a PlayStation. I've got an Xbox now. I've still got a 360. I've actually got two, and I don't have a lot of time to play as much. Like if I have the time, I'd hop on because I don't have live. Like I'm a multiplayer gamer. Period. Like I think the last campaign that I finished was Modern Warfare 3.
That's a good one. I like Modern Warfare 3's campaign.
I think that was the last campaign I finished, and the only reason I finished that is because I hadn't bought an Xbox Live subscription, and I was waiting on it. I was waiting to buy it, or I was waiting on a paycheck or something. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, but I game on my phone. Like I wish I had time to sit down and do it more. I don't.
I have a proposition for you, Craig.
Yes.
So I found this out. This is super cool. So I'm sure, I'd be surprised, both of you are familiar with the series Just Dance.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so on the Xbox, I don't know if it's probably the same on PlayStation, I'm not sure. But on the Xbox, if you buy Just Dance 2020, or I'm sure it's probably some of the older ones too, but I know 2020 for sure. If you buy Just Dance, that one, you don't need to connect. You play with your phone. So you download an app, and like the phone is your movement, kind of like how a Wiimote was on the Wii.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All three of us get together.
Oh no.
Just Dance party.
Oh my god.
Can't tell me you don't think it'd be a great time.
We need to get a projector and do it in Craig's.
I got a projector.
Oh, I don't think it'd be a good time.
What do you mean?
You have a projector?
Yeah.
What?
We watch movies on it all the time.
Oh, that's right. You do have a projector.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I need one really bad.
He goes, wait a minute.
Forgot.
Yeah, he does.
I forgot. Yeah, he does have one. I need one really bad.
You really don't think that'd be a good time, Craig? I could see you busting a move to break up with your girlfriend because I'm bored by Ariana Grande.
I don't bust moves.
But you would if you would. You would. We would have some fun. It'd be a good time.
I think it would be phenomenal.
One more thing before we wrap up. I do want to talk TV shows. Netflix shows. I know we talked about how Netflix gets boring and all this stuff. Shelby and I have watched The Society. It's only got one season so far. It's another season supposed to come out in late 2020, I believe. It's a really good show. And we just started watching the Outer Banks, I believe. Outer Banks, I think is what it was called. It's about these people that live on the outer banks of an island in, I think it's South Carolina or North Carolina, one of the two. I can't remember exactly where it is. It's really good. It's a really good show. It's just about like basically like these 4 teenagers that are going on like this quest pretty much. But it could be based on like true events. You know what I mean? Like it could happen is what I'm trying to say. It's not like they're flying to outer space in a made up spaceship. Like they're, finding treasure that's buried at sea and like all these different things. It's a really good. We watched 3 episodes of it last night. That's what we're going to watch today. While I'm putting up the lights and stuff in the house. But it's really good. So if you guys, or anyone listening, if they want a different show to watch I think it's the number 3 show in the United States right now, I believe. So it's really good. I thought it was great. It's not really like, it's rated like TVM, I think. It's not MA. Like it's not like doesn't have a whole lot of sexual content or anything like that. It's basically like they cuss everyone. So it's kind of like Breaking Bad. They probably get like one F-bomb per season, couple shits, and then they could say damn and hell and all that. They could say those kinds of things, but they get like one F-bomb per season pretty much. But it's good. Like it's not gory, it's not gross. It's kind of interesting, to be real honest, but it's kind of hard to follow.
So I like what you did there when you were talking about the show, because an idea popped into my head. So the first 2 episodes, the endings are always kind of clunky. It's like, well, this is the end. So I want to try something. So you just were talking about a show that you watched or a movie that you watched that you really enjoyed in the last week. So I say from now on, and because we're getting towards the end here, we end on a question. So perfect example for today is like good TV show or movie you've watched. So Craig, you had any good TV shows or movies you've watched in the past week or 2?
I haven't really watched a whole lot new. I can give you my favorite right now though. It's sort of newer to Netflix, but it's also sort of a niche. Is The Mandalorian.
Okay.
It's Disney Plus actually. If anybody has, they probably got Disney Plus. But it actually works out because today's May the 4th. So
yes, it is.
Star Wars Day.
Be with you.
Which this shirt is what I was just like, because my wardrobe is white V-neck T-shirts. That's all I wear basically. I was like,
every time I see Craig, it's all he's wearing.
I'm not gonna wear a white V-neck on the podcast. So I was like, okay. When we were gonna record last week, I was like, I'll get a different shirt. So I pulled this shirt out while I'm wearing the same shirt today. It's a Star Wars.
There you go.
There it is. That's perfect.
So it works.
I like it.
But no, The Mandalorian. So you don't, in my opinion, you don't even have to like Star Wars to watch it. It's a very sort of quest type show. It's a different quest every episode with a very good story behind it. It's got some funny parts. It's got action. It's got a little bit of everything. So that's mine. And you don't, like I said, there's a few Star Wars things in it, but you don't have to follow it or enjoy it to watch the show. It's just a really good standalone show by itself. And it's directed by John, I think it's Favreau. He's the guy who directed the original Iron Man. And basically started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he kickstarted what everybody knows now as the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man back in 2008. I think is when that came out.
Yeah, I was young. I was a kid.
So I don't remember.
So yeah, it's a very well directed show and all that as well. So that's mine. That's where I'm at right now.
Awesome. That's a good choice.
Dylan, what you got?
Well, it's new for me, but far from new. I sat down.
Breaking Bad.
No, I sat down, and it's a great show. But I sat down and watched a movie that obviously everyone knows about, and everyone references, even if you've never seen it. But I watched it, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh yeah.
I sat down and watched it from start to finish, and
it's a good one.
1975. I mean, while watching that movie, it did not feel like I was watching a movie from 1975.
No, it's very good.
And
like it's really well put together.
What was it?
I've only gotten halfway through that movie.
It's so good. Like it's weird.
I fell asleep last time, and last time I was watching it, and I never got back into it.
Like the quality of like the visuals, you can tell it's an older movie. But like the jokes and the stuff that they do just survived so well. It's stuff that you could see happening in today's world.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what.
Been what 45 years?
Yeah, it's a long time. It's
crazy.
So like I said, we are here towards the end. We've actually went overtime quite a lot, which is fine. I mean, we have Craig here today, so
We have all the time in the world. We can make these episodes as long or as short as we want.
4-hour episode right now, boys. Here we go.
Oh dear God! I've got a lot of stuff to do. It's almost 3 o'clock. I got a lot of things.
I'm here in 5 hours.
No.
6.
No.
Take it or leave it.
I have a bench to finish. I have wood to treat.
Yeah, right.
Saying I got a lot.
By the way, really fast, because Dylan's
Okay.
not going to say it himself, but we do have a birthday tomorrow when this episode comes out.
Yeah.
Dylan's birthday will be tomorrow. He will
Hi, guys.
He will be 20 years old.
Yeah.
Big
Happy
man.
birthday.
Yay. Give it
Thank
Happy
you.
day of birth.
Day of birth. Thank you so much. Thank you.
birth.
Why we're on the subject of, just throwing things out there, I want to say thanks again. Like, I know I've said a lot, but I want to say it again. To you, Craig, thank you so much for coming on the show. I know we are just getting started, and it might have been kind of like, well, maybe. But like you said, you weren't really doing anything, and we're really grateful that you wanted to spend an hour of your time.
Nobody is, well, except, everybody at the hardware stores, which is where I was right before this.
Right. Yeah, that's the only problem.
So
I
once
did
again,
get my Apple Whip today, though, so that was very exciting.
there you go.
There you go.
But thank you so much for doing that. Do you have any comments, anything about being on the show, about just really anything you want to end on?
I just enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed being able to, just sit back, talk with you guys, have some fun. So, I just, the way to hang out right now without actually being able to hang out.
Very true.
I'm just practicing safe social distancing. My big thing is, the kids and all that. So it's, I'm trying to keep everything away from the kids. So keep them safe and anybody I come in contact with. So, but it's nice to be able to use this platform to hang out, talk, and hopefully provide some entertainment that somebody enjoys.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
If this makes one person's day better,
We succeeded.
That's all that matters.
there we go.
Like Aaron mentioned, we're here because we're having fun. We want to create something. We are at this point, we are not making money off of this. That's not the goal. The goal is to create entertainment for people out there.
I don't care if we make any. I don't care what we do off of this. I just literally just want to sit and talk to people. I mean, it's fun. You can only talk to people so much throughout the week, and sometimes like Craig and I don't see each other through the week, and Dylan and I see each other sometimes through the week. So it's like when normalcy is in full force. I mean, we normally see each other once a week or whatever. So having to be able to do this once or twice a week, and meeting with different people and stuff like that, it's a little bit different. So,
I mean, the podcast was brought about, or at least the name of it. I know you guys have been talking about it for quite a while before I'd even met you, Dylan. But, it was brought about by us just sitting around, hanging out, and talking. We were like,
on the floor.
Yeah, we were just like chilling, and like there were no chairs, and we just like, okay, we're gonna sit on the floor. And we ended up laying on the floor because we'd just been sitting there around there so long. It was like,
right.
Call it on the floor because we're just sitting around talking.
Call it on the floor.
Call it on the floor.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember when you guys were talking about getting it up and going, and it's just But that with your guys' playing from the original point though, it's just something that people can listen to. We're just gonna have fun. We're we think we're funny.
I'm the funniest person I know. So
I
get laughed at a lot. I don't know if it's with me or.
I've found out that when people start laughing, and I think it's like me being funny, and when I turn around and start laughing with them, all of a sudden they stop. So
at that point,
yeah, you're not funny at that point.
Anywho, some last comments here. We do want to thank everyone else that has watched the episode 1 and 2. Both got really great reception. Different comments. Once again, anybody that wants to reach out on Facebook at On The Floor, Instagram at On The Floor 20, comments on the YouTube channel. We also upload it to SoundCloud. Any of those platforms, you want to leave comments, messages, get a hold of us, give us a topic for conversation, please do so. We respond very quickly, and we like to, and we always say this, we will always keep your privacy. We will respect that. We just want to hear from you guys. We have heard a lot so far, so thank you.
Yeah, a lot of good feedback.
All right.
It's been fun.
Any final thoughts from any of y'all?
No. I don't have anything. I'm gonna go put up some lights.
That's fun. Well,
Out of Don Shula's family. Don, if anybody follows football, Don Shula, winningest coach in football history, passed away today.
oh,
Really? That's
Yep.
terrible.
man,
90 years old.
That's too
man,
bad.
that's a long life though. 90. What team did he coach for?
Dolphins.
Dolphins. I guess I know nothing about sports.
He was Dan Marino's coach.
Well, yeah. Throwback to earlier. He thought the Lakers and the Colts were going to play each other.
yeah. Don Shula taught the Miami Dolphins math class.
Oh.
So.
Yep.
Well, anywho, guys, once again, thank you, Craig, Aaron. I will see you again soon. I think it's a great third episode, guys. Anyways, I will see all you guys later.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Peace.